Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Probably Plays YouTube channel. Today is Wednesday, September 4th, and I'm back breaking down a few more plays in the MLB for tonight. We're going to be looking at the New York Mets going up against the Boston Red Sox. It's the first play of the day, and the best play of the day is going to be a match between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the San Francisco Giants. 4 total player props today, 2 best player props being towards the end of the video. We also have the ladder challenge and some home run props at the end as well. Hope everybody enjoys their Wednesday, and let's break down some ball. All right, guys, let's get into these plays for Tuesday night's recap. I am exhausted, and I'm tired of watching these games already. I gave myself a loss for the Royals. They're still going against the Guardians, top of the 7th, I believe, but top 7. I'm just so sick of the Royals, man. It was 2-1. Actually, it was 2-0, no outs, bottom 6, bases low for the Royals. Salvi up. Salvi just continues to choke in these high-pressure situations. Every time he's got runners in scoring position, I feel like he does not hit the ball. Lined out, then we had a sacrifice fly and a strikeout. So Royals, they're kind of shitting the bed tonight. 4-1 now in favor of the Guardians. So I just gave myself a loss. Hopefully the Royals can make a comeback. Marcell Ozuna single in the second at-bat. Got walked and lined out in his last at-bat, bottom of the 8th. So I don't think he's going to get back up there. We have Walker Buehler tonight, over 2.5 runs going up against the Angels. Hopefully we can get a win on the board for the best plays there. We have the Pirates and the Cubs, over 6.5 runs. Justin Steele on the mound. Kyle Hendricks actually played that at 7.5. So not 6.5, 2-0 right now in the 5th inning. Need a lot of runs to be scored in that game. But remember, last night, these teams had nearly the same score, and they scored all the runs in the 8th and 9th inning. Bobby Witt Jr. over 1.5 bases. Pretty sure he just has a single, but he is going to get another at-bat. And then Brian Reynolds over 1.5 bases. Just has a single right now. He will have another at-bat as well. So not a great day so far. I'm just tired of watching baseball tonight. The Royals just pissed me off tonight. 0-1 on the game pick, 0-1 on the player prop. So an 0-2 day so far. Looking to get at least a 1-2 day, unless the Royals can make a miracle comeback. But let's take a look at the plays for tomorrow. We got to do better today. We're going to be looking at the Boston Red Sox going up against the Mets. Once again, it's been a pretty entertaining series so far. The Mets, they've been so good recently. They're winning tonight against the Boston Red Sox again. Francisco Lindor has been on fire. I can't not take them in this game. The Red Sox have been fighting hard, but they've hit a wall at the worst possible time. They were fighting for that wild card spot come postseason time, but they're just having some really bad games in a row here. They can't hit the ball right now. I'm going to take the hottest team right now. Give me the New York Mets on the money line as the play. We're going to get a decent pitching matchup here. Tanner Houck on the mound for the Boston Red Sox. Tyler McGill on the mound for the New York Mets. I think it's fair to say that Tanner on the season has been pretty consistent for the Red Sox. He's coming in with a 3.12 ERA, 1.17 whip. Those are some pretty good numbers. The only problem for him is that over the last 10 games, he's really been giving up a lot of hits and a lot of runs, really hurting his ERA. He also doesn't get a lot of run support whenever he's on the mound. He has a losing record this season with a 3.12 ERA. That feels like it should be a winning record with that kind of number. He's coming off a good game against the Tigers where he didn't give up any runs going 6 innings, but he has had several bad starts over the last 9 games, and it all started at the All-Star break. He pitched in the All-Star game, gave up a home run, 3 runs in just that 1 inning of work. Before that game, he had a 2.54 ERA. Now over the last 8 games, it's up nearly a full point, giving up 3+ runs in half of those 8 games. I do think he's going to struggle in this game going up against the Mets, who have been hitting the ball well over the last month. For the Mets, they're going to go with Tyler McGill, who's coming in with a 4.82 ERA, 1.39 whip. Not great numbers, but he has had back-to-back games giving up just 1 run against the White Sox and 1 run against the Twins. Even though he didn't go deep in that game against the Twins, I don't think he's a very good arm, but I also think the Red Sox have been struggling severely over the last several weeks at hitting the ball. It does seem like they can get a few people on base, but with a couple outs every inning, it just feels like when they got runners in scoring positions, they just can't hit that big hit. So I'm going to take the Mets here in this game to stay hot. Give me the Mets on the money line as a play. For the player prop on the screen, I'm taking Rafael Devers because he's way overdue for a decent game. He hasn't collected a hit in, I believe, the last 24 attempts. I'm going to take him here, over 1.5 bases. Pretty good matchup here against Tyler. You do want to take him going up against a right-handed pitcher. He does have a 3.06 batting average, having nearly a 650 slug percentage going up against right-handed pitching on the season. 24 home runs, 23 doubles going up against righties, and his numbers are just so much better than the left side this season. Like I said, he's well overdue here. I watched the game tonight. He's had 3 or 4 games that I've watched, and I've only watched a couple in this series. He's had line drives to center field a couple times, and he just stares at the ball because he knows it's going right to the fielder's glove. He's going to get lucky in this game. He's been well overdue, 22 or 23 in a row that he hasn't collected a hit. He is hitting line drives, so I'm going to take him here over 1.5 bases to find some grass in the outfield this time. For the best play of the day, we're going to be looking at the Arizona Diamondbacks going up against the Giants. This is going to be a lot better pitching matchup in this game than I just broke down. We have Zach Gallen going for the Diamondbacks, Hayden Birdsong going for the Giants. I will say Hayden Birdsong over the last couple games has been misfiring a lot. His command has been way off in the last couple games. And really, I can say the same thing about Zach Gallen. He's been a little bit out of sorts over the last couple games. Both of these teams, they desperately need to try to find a way to win some games. They've both been dropping a few games over the last 5 or 6. The Diamondbacks, after the All-Star break, have been one of the best teams in baseball, but they've now dropped 6 of the last 7 games. I was going to take the Giants here on the money line, but I think Hayden Birdsong is going to give up a few too many runs in this one. So I'm going to take the over. 8.5 runs as the play, starting with the ace for the Diamondbacks, Zach Gallen. He's coming in with a 3.87 ERA, 1.31 whip, and all of a sudden, this guy's had some problem with his control. He's now given up 2+ walks in 5 consecutive games, giving up 43 on the season. And it's not just the walks that he's been giving up. It's a lot of base hits, and it's a lot of runs given up. 4+, even 5+ runs in some of these games. He does have a crazy streak right now going for him, giving up 5 runs, then having a really good game, then giving up 5 runs, then having a really good game. He's on that kind of trend. He's coming off one of his bad starts against the Dodgers, giving up 5 runs on 6 hits, only 5 innings of work in that game. He has been able to bounce back off a poor start 4 consecutive times. But I do think the Giants, if they stay patient at the plate, will get some base runners on. They can give us at least 2 runs in this game. I really think the damage is going to come from Hayden Birdsong because what he has been doing over the last several games can't really be fixed in just one game. This is a rookie for the Giants. He started off hot with a 2.97 ERA through the first 6 games. But over the last 6 games, he's been pretty bad for them. He's now coming in with a 5.14 ERA. He's given up 3+ walks in 5 of his last 6 games, giving up back-to-back games of 4+ walks. He's been able to wiggle himself out of a few of these jams in a few of these games, but he has given up monster numbers to the Brewers, Tigers, and Nationals in 3 of the last 5 games, giving up 5+ runs in all of those. He's also not been able to go very deep in these games. He hasn't made it to the 5th inning in 5 consecutive starts, so we just need the Arizona Diamondbacks to do their thing. They're the best team in baseball. They're the best scoring team in baseball. We just need a normal outing here for them. Over 8.5 runs should hit here. That's the best play of the day. Over 8.5 runs for the player prop on the screen. We're going to take a look at Josh Bell, the switch hitter going up against Hayden Birdsong. I just talked about the numbers for Hayden Birdsong. He has been sporadic over the last several games. He's also given up a lot of hits over the last several games. We do have a really good matchup here for Josh Bell getting a right-handed pitcher. Josh Bell in the season against right-handers has a 254 batting average with a 413 slug percentage, having 28 extra base hits on the right side. He has been a lot better ever since he came over to the Diamondbacks at the trade deadline. I think he's going to have a great game here. I'm going to take his over 1.5 bases as the play. For the best player props today, I need to hit a batting prop desperately. We're going to look at the Cincinnati Reds going up against the Houston Astros. I'm going to take the shortstop, Elly De La Cruz, to go over 1.5 bases going up against Spencer Arrighetti and the Astros. I'm going to start with the numbers for Spencer because he's been pulling something out of his ass over the last 2 starts. He's gone up against the Phillies and the Orioles in back-to-back games, and those are 2 really good teams. He was able to go 6+ innings in both of those games, giving up a combined 5 hits, no runs, struck out 17. This is a guy who had a 5.20 ERA coming into these 2 games, so I'm not entirely sure how he did it, but I have to call fluke start on both of those games because he still has a 4.63 ERA, and he has given up 3+ runs in 3 of the 4 prior games before that. He's also been giving up a lot of hits over the last couple games, 4+ hits in 4 of the previous 5 games besides the Phillies and the Orioles. So I do think he's going to struggle in this game going up against at least Elly De La Cruz because Elly De La Cruz on the season is hitting the 2 pitches we're going to see the most in this game the best. We're going to see the fastball, which is his best run value pitch. We're also going to see the cutter, which is his second best pitch hit on the season, 321 batting average. Against right-handed pitching, Elly De La Cruz has been great this year, 280 batting average, 49 extra base hits. This is a really good match for him. I'm going to take the over 1.5 bases. He's going to get his 50th extra base hit of the season against the right side. For the best pitching prop of the night, we're going to be looking at Sonny Gray of the St. Louis Cardinals to go over 4.5 hits against the Brewers. This line could change to over 5.5 hits. I'm just going to put over 4.5 hits for now, but whatever it comes out at, I'm going to take the over. These teams have been keeping me on my toes, changing their starting pitching the morning of the games. It's throwing me off just a little bit, but this does say Sonny Gray will be on the mound going up against the Brewers on Wednesday night. I do like to play here because the Milwaukee Brewers on the season, they're top 10 this year going up against right-handed pitching, having a 254 batting average. And I feel like the Brewers don't get talked a lot about because they're just such a boring team, but they're a very good hitting team this season. They're also a very good pitching team this season. They're top 10 in both those categories. They're also having to deal with some injuries, so they are playing some really good baseball, and they should be a scary out come postseason time. Looking at the hitters for the Brewers, they do have pretty good bats going up against the fastball, which is what we're going to see the majority of this game out of Sonny Gray. And they are not bad either against the off-speed stuff. If Sonny Gray decides to dip into that sweeper or a changeup, they're going to be able to handle that as well. The reason I'm going with the over hits is because that's what we've been seeing out of Sonny Gray over the last several starts. Sometimes he finds a way to not give up over 2 runs, which is why I didn't take the runs. But if you take a look at the last 10 games for him, he has given up 5+ hits in 8 of the last 10 games. Even if he has a good start, he's still giving up way too many hits. I'm going to take my chance here, over 4.5 hits as the play. Play this up to 5.5 if it does come out at that. Let's go over to the home run parlay and the ladder challenge. Didn't hit the home run parlay yesterday. Did hit the ladder challenge. So we are on day number 2 for the ladder. We are going to start with the home runs, though. We're going to be looking at Willy Adames getting a matchup going up against Sonny Gray. He's really good against the fastball this season. And not counting Tuesday night because that game is currently not over, he has hit a home run in 5 consecutive games. Probably not going to hit one on Tuesday night because he's been getting a lot of left-handed matchups. You need to take him going up against a righty. So that's what we're going to do here against Sonny Gray. For the other play, it's going to be J.D. Martinez of the Mets to have himself a home run going up against Tanner Houck. I know that J.D. is getting up there in age, but he still has a threat to hit some home runs. He does have 10 on the season going up against right-handed pitching. He's slugging over 400 on both sides, left and righties this year. Tanner doesn't give up a lot of home runs in the season, but I do think Martinez can win the matchup in this one. And all it takes is really one pitch to send it over. Also, Martinez, new father. He's been on the maternity list since Sunday, I believe. So this should be his first game back as a new dad. Maybe he shows off the dad strength a little bit. Should be like plus 600. I love the odds there for his home run. For the ladder challenge today, we're going to be taking the best player prop of the day. Like I just broke down, Ellie De La Cruz going up against Spencer Arguetti. I already broke down that game, so I'm not going to go into it. And then the other one, I really like J.D. Martinez tomorrow, getting the matchup going up against Tanner. I think he's going to win that matchup a couple times. Also, new dad should help. So love him in that game. I'm going to take him in the home run parlay and the ladder challenge, 2-man ladder. Hopefully, we can go on to day number 3 after tomorrow. Let's go take a look at the graphic recap. We are going to be taking the Mets here on the money line, going up against the Boston Red Sox. Rafael Devers over 1.5 base against the Mets. Josh Bell over 1.5 base against the Giants. Over 8.5 runs between the D-backs and the Giants. Ellie De La Cruz over 1.5 bases. Then Sonny Gray over 4.5 hits. I'll play it up to 5.5 hits as the play there. Guys, it's going to do it for the MLB picks and props for Wednesday, September 4th slated games. If you guys enjoy the content, please sure drop a like on this video and subscribe channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.